and commit this wonderful program into the hands of the Almighty God. Respectfully and humbly, ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Bishop Asante Boateng as he pray and commit this program into the hands of the Almighty God. We can do much more better, ladies and gentlemen. Bishop Asante Boateng. Thank you so much, Bishop. Good evening and welcome.
Thank you. Shall we all rise up and pray, please? Father, we thank your name and we bless you for the inauguration of this wonderful and great group of people. People that you yourself have gathered to lead and to help our country, Africa. Father, I pray that, Lord, this beginning will not just be best, but it shall be the beginning of greater things to come. Cause commitment to come unto them, cause zeal to come out of them, cause passion to come out of them, unite them and bind them and make them together. And Lord, bless them with great wisdom and vision, that they will have a direction to fulfill the promises of what they have started. I pray that tonight, Lord, let this program be a success. Let everybody who gathers here enjoy the service, not just enjoy, but gain some wisdom and insight about life and about what we can all do as Asante for professional people in the country, America, that we might be a blessing unto many that have not been opportune as us. Father, I thank you and I bless you for the leadership and for even the thought of organizing this. I magnify your name. Bless them and bless them and bless them and make this a successful event that forever our children and our children's children will talk about this for the initiation of it. I bless your name and I thank you for everybody that is here. God bless everybody. Everybody shall be a
Thank you very much, Bishop Asante Boateng. Ladies and gentlemen, we can give it up one more time to our dear Pastor Bishop Asante Boateng.
Okay, so at this point, we're going to invite the dignitaries to take up their seat at the high table. So if and when you hear the name, please walk over to the high table. So we're very honored to have Honorable Atta Boafo, who is the Consul General for New York. Soon we're going to give a little bio about him, but for now, we'd like him to take up his seat. Invite Dr. Achampo, who is also a patron of this organization, to take up a seat. Then Nana Osei Ajiba, who's also a patron here, and also the chairman for this occasion. But that I'm going to have to leave it to some better person to give that intro. We'd like to invite our own president, Ms. Barbara Achampo, to take up her seat. And then we have the Asante president, by name Golash. Please, if you'd like to take up your seat. And then Apc Global president is also here, Uncle Prince Edusei, please take a seat. We have a few more to come. As of when they come in, we would let you know. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairman Dan. Wonderful program. Just like Dan said, there is definitely going to be a chairman for this wonderful program, and we're going to leave that one in the hands of our dear sister, Mrs. Erama Odromenu. Mrs. Erama Odromenu, if you are here, please, respectfully and humbly, is she here? Mrs. here? Yes, Erama is here. Can we give Erama a very big round of applause as she comes in here to introduce to us our chairman for this wonderful occasion. Erama, good evening.
So just before Erama does, I think I would also like to invite Pastor Asante Boateng to also take a seat at the high table. Pastor.
evening, everybody. I'm deeply honored to introduce the chairman of this occasion. By the time that I'm done reading his profile, you will understand why I admire this distinguished gentleman, and you will likely admire him too. Nana Osei Adumabewa, Otumfuo Osei Tutu Abebios, Abuafo Hene, the Asante Hene's hand-picked representative, the chief responsible for mobilizing investment and development resources for economic progress of Asante. Nana served as the chairman of the Charlotte-Kumasi Sister Cities Committee in Charlotte, North Carolina. In 1995, he led a delegation from Charlotte, which included the mayor of Charlotte and a congressman from North Carolina, to Kumasi to sign the treaty between the two cities. Currently, he is the vice president at Citibank, supervising the bank's deposit risk and acquisition strategy. He previously held senior credit risk management positions at JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, HSBC, T-Mobile, and FICO. He earned his master's in mining engineering at Columbia University, his master's in civil engineering from Virginia Tech, and his MBA in finance and operations from Carnegie Mellon University. V30, a distinguished catechier, an old boy of the greatest and indisputable boys' secondary school in the Asante region. Oh, wow.
That's not true.
Nana is presently the vice chairman and the chief operating officer of the Okukuwari Schools Endowment Fund. He is a shining example of what we all can achieve with determination and hard work. A true son of Santiman and Ghana. Nanano, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm welcome to the chairperson of this event and one of our patrons, Nana Osei Adumabewa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Irama, for that wonderful achievement by our dear Nana. So clearly now we do have a chairman, but then we do have to hand over the microphone to the chairman to tell us if he has accepted the role to chair this wonderful occasion. Nana, chairman.
Thank you very much, Mahima. I take this opportunity to honor you by accepting to chair tonight's function. Thank you very much. I'm very glad that you guys are all here to support the activity of APC USA. APC, as you have heard, stands for Asante Professionals Club. I always believe that a principle that is in physics, which pertains to the boiling of water, can be applied to Asante mine and Ghana overall. That principle is this: before any water can boil, it takes only one spot, one molecule out of the whole bunch, one molecule to reach what we call the boiling point. And once that molecule reaches the boiling point, it's pressed to other molecules, and eventually the whole water will start to boil and bubble around. In the same way, by my own imagination, by my own analysis, I believe that if Asante mine can boil in terms of development, it will spread throughout the whole of Ghana. And for Asante to boil, we need fuel to fuel it so that a spot will start boiling to spread out. And I believe that APC USA, APC Ghana overall can serve as the fine fuel, the high grade octane, which will boil, which will be used to cause Asante to boil and then eventually spread throughout the whole of Ghana. I'm very glad that I have the opportunity to be part of this and to chair this function. I've reserved one thing that I believe will be a catalyst in helping this development for later on during my speech. But for now, thank you very much. And Hima, thanks again. You know, you made me feel very, very proud. I was looking to see whether you were talking about somebody else. But then Doc nodded me and said, he's talking about you. So thank you very much.
And I thank you very much for accepting that role to chair this event tonight. And then I know tonight all of us here are so much proud of you, listening to my dear sister talking about all that you have achieved. That is such an encouragement for all of us here tonight. One more time, and I thank you for accepting that role to chair this wonderful event here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening one more time. And again, welcome. Tonight is the night. Asante Professionals Club, APC USA Inaugural Event. These wonderful gentlemen here are going to be supporting all of us here to ensure that we have such a great event tonight. There is one more personality that I would like to introduce to ourselves here. We've introduced everybody here, Mr. Chairman. I would like to crave your indulgence and then introduce the Honorable Member of Parliament for Good People of Bantima constituency in Asante region, who also happens to be the Minister for Works and Housing in Ghana. Honorable Francis Asante is on our midst tonight, and he also happens to be a founding member of APC, founding father of APC, right? Did I get that right, Madam President? He's the founding father of APC. It was wonderful this morning when he started to talk about how APC started. It was very much encouraging. Thank you one more time, Honorable Minister, for joining us here tonight in Greenville, Maryland, all the way from Ghana. We appreciate that sincerely. Thank you one more time for being here. Our President, I call her Madam Asante. That's how I call her. That's how I would like to address her. Madam Barbara Champon is the President for APC USA. Madam, it's your turn to give us your wonderful speech that you've prepared all these years as we await you to hear all those words on that beautiful paper here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give her a very wonderful round of applause. We welcome the President, the Asante, that made sure this happens here tonight. Madam Barbara Champon, good evening, Madam.
Good evening, sir, and thank you so much. I am humbled. So thank you so much, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Minister of State, Honorable Consulate General, Nananom, Honorable Clergy, my dear patrons, Mr. Prince Adusei, our Global President, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to our inaugural event, APC USA, or Asante Professionals Club USA. We were formed in direct response to His Royal Majesty's quest to have all Asante and especially in our case, professionals of Asante descent all over the globe come together to think about the betterment of Asante man. And we are happy to be here in Maryland also. This happens to be also the home state when His Majesty comes here. So we are very honored to be hosting our inaugural event here. I welcome you once again. Today we are spreading our wings as Asante professionals in unity to all continents, just like the Honorable MC said. We started in Ghana and now we're here. And you are all witnessing this beautiful moment for us. We implore you to all come together with us and to come together to help make Asante better. So thank you once again. I just want to say thank you. This wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't due to the great APC members. I want to first thank our patrons for their stewardship, general contribution, and advice in giving this organization a sense of focus and direction. I also want to say thank you to all the executives and the members, without whose support this wouldn't have become a reality. To the Inaugural Committee for all the wonderful work, hard work that they put into the success of this evening. For so many months, we are so grateful to you. Thank you. And to everybody else that came here, we apologize for not sticking with our time as professionals. That is so not okay. But we thank you so much for coming at a time we asked you to come, and to come here to witness and to celebrate with us what we have come here to achieve. Thank you all. This inauguration is going to be great. I want everybody to have a good time, and thank you for coming to Asante Professionals Club.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, Asante. Next on the agenda, we're running a little bit behind, so we're probably going to rush through a little bit. So please bear with us. Next on the agenda, we have a very important dignitary among us tonight. He flew in all the way from Ghana to come support us in what we're doing. Mr. Prince Eduse is the Apc Ghana President, and also he doubles as the Apc Global President. We're honored to have him here, so next I'm going to have him give us the greetings from Ghana.
Thank you very much, Odisha, and thank you all for this warm reception that we have received so far. Those of us far from here, we feel very welcome and we feel at home, having come to our own. APC has come far, and I must say that when this group started, the first time we visited His Majesty, his admonition to us was that we should ensure we do not become like most other Asantemanku which started and appeared very vibrant and died off along the line. And so that was a huge charge to us, and our job was cut out to ensure sustenance of the vision that APC had set upon to undertake. And we thank God that through commitment, hard work of everybody who came together to form this group, today we can proudly say that we are one of the strongest and most vibrant Asante groups that always report at Mencia. Thanks to all of you, your efforts. Those of us in Ghana are very proud of you, what you have achieved within 2 years. You have already established yourselves as a very solid partner in development, and we are most grateful that we came to you and you also took the idea, you accepted the idea and the challenge to set up APC USA. Today is a very proud day, and I'm sure all those 14 members who met on that fateful day in 2015, led by our Honorable Francis Nsubuachi, who agreed to further the goal of bringing Asante professionals together, would be very, very proud seeing what the initial discussions that they had and among friends, they thought it was just a friendly chat, seeing what that has achieved and what APC has come to become today. I wish us all a very successful program. I bring you greetings from Ghana. I'm sure our friends and family back home would be very itchy now not being here, not being part of this program. But I believe that in due course they would see the images and the videos, and they would also feel a part of what is happening here tonight. Thank you, Nana Chairman and honorable members on the high table. Thank you all, friends, Ebusianfo. Asante Vankosu Nti, Yankoswa, Yankosu, Damasi.
Thank you very much, Honorable Prince Edusei, our own president. Ladies and gentlemen, today happens to be the birthday of our president. Happy birthday, sir. Thank you. Let's wish our president a happy birthday. I think that was a wonderful cake and was a surprise one too as well. Yes, that's our president who came to join us celebrate this wonderful event all the way from Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, we are fortunate tonight, like I said, to have a lot of dignitaries in our midst here tonight. It's going to be our award ceremony. We're going to be hearing a lot of stories about APC, how it was formed, most especially the one that we are witnessing here tonight, here in the United States of America. It was wonderful to hear those stories this morning when we had our breakfast meeting to discuss and also, deliberate on issues regarding various committees within APC USA. And I tell you what, if you were not there, it was very interesting. And then hearing stories when Honorable Asante started talking about how APC was formed, and I was asking myself, how old was Asante then, to be rubbing shoulder with the likes of Mr. P.D. Obins and Co. and all that. But he sat in all those meetings and made sure that Asante professionals becomes, a very formidable team, and that's exactly what we are witnessing here tonight. So one more time, thank you, our dear founding father. We appreciate you so much that you're also here tonight to witness something that you started with those great names. Thank you, sir, one more time. Let's give it up to Honorable Francis Asensubuachi, our founding father. Is head of consulate in New York City. Honorable Atabuafo, I know him very well from the KMA days. Those of us that lived in Kumasi, that was a very popular name on radio, Atabuafo. He's head of missions here at our consulate in New York City. Honorable, we thank you for coming here tonight. I would like to hand over the microphone to you to also hear the greetings that you have from the mission or the consulate here in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, be speaking. But like I said, those of us that lived in Kumasi, that was a very popular name on radio because Honorable Atabuafo used to work with the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, and that's why some of us came to know his name so much popular on radio. So Daniel Kinsley Atabuafo is his name. I'm told Honorable Atabuafo did GNTC Technical College Accra in Ghana, at London School of Journalism in the United Kingdom, and then also he attended University of Cumbria, UK, where he had his master's degree in leadership and sustainability. Honorable Atabuafo also did engineering. He was an engineering technician at GNTC Motors. He was also the transport manager for Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, KMA. Honorable Atabuafo also chaired the Transport Commission in Kumasi. He's also a former member of parliament for Adanse Fomena, and also a former consul general to Congo Brazzaville. Currently, Honorable Atabuafo is the consul general at the Ghana Permanent Mission of United Nations in New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you our Consular General, Honorable Atabuafo.
Thank you, my brother, for the introduction. Nana Chairman, President of APC, Madam, Honorable Minister, who is my good friend and brother, respected members of the Asante Professional Club, the clergy, ladies and gentlemen. Today marks the official inaugural ceremony of the Asante Professional Club on their initiative to provide developmental support to Asante Man. As you know, development is a process that creates growth progress, positive change, or in addition of physical, economic, and environmental activities with social demographic components to a process or a situation and in the service of which Asante man needs. Respectfully, I am humbled to be invited to this August gathering and also honored to give an address at this inaugural ceremony of Ashantis who have in various ways distinguished themselves in fields which bring about knowledge and self-reliance. It is therefore gratifying to be part of a well-deserved theme, development of Asante mind by its own people. Mr. Chairman, the theme cannot stand without leveraging the skills, knowledge, and talents of our professionals of Ashanti origin living and working in the United States to support the development agenda of Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the King of Ashanti, and the interests of our people, where implementation of healthcare and education has been a critical segment of Otumfuo development plan. My knowledgeable brothers and sisters gathered here today, I think your experiences in various fields of endeavor is much needed, especially when you have all made it in various capacities in life. We should therefore not lose sight of a united front and commitment towards the lifting of Asante man through this club, which in various ways will also demand sharing of knowledge and experience, cash donations, and support towards the development of Asante man. It is an established fact that the development of Ashanti transcends its borders and spread throughout Ghana, our beloved country, and all can be achieved through education, which, to the best of my knowledge, you are all yearning for. Ashanti, being in the center of Ghana, also attracts other tribes who also share the development of the region. Fellow brothers and sisters, in line with the Otumfuo development plan, it is necessary to keep abreast with all issues happening at home, which can also inform you of immediate interventions, if any. Deficits in the country, which Ashanti was also affected, despite government support for all the regions. Your generosity in this wise is needed. A little on the way we train our kids whilst they are out of Ghana. We need to traditionally train our children to understand and be able to speak our Akan language. This will improve communication and understanding within the family and allow them to appreciate your efforts towards the improvement of our roots. Ladies and gentlemen, I will personally share my experience on dedication, commitment, and the rest with you. When I was appointed the transport manager to KMA some 22 years ago by Nana Agosi Ajimai, the transport management in Kumasi was very, very, very bad. And you know, organizing transport in Kumasi was very difficult. But through unity, we were able to make a headway. Commitment has always been a hallmark to every professional. And the adage in Twi is, to wait, no matter the taste around your fingers, you are bound to lick around. We need to brighten the corners at home, as has been your focus and intention. My able professionals, I will respectfully entreat you to commit much to the aspirations of this club, and I hope a massive development to all parts of Asante through your efforts and experience can be achieved. Mr. Chairman, I cannot end without congratulating all members of the club at this inaugural ceremony, and I say Ayuko. I join you to make the inaugural ceremony a successful one. I therefore thank you all for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Atabuafo. I knew he wasn't going to end his speech without mentioning KME. Very tough. Very tough. Thank you one more time, Honorable, and welcome to the United States. We'll be visiting. We'll come and say hi at the consulate. Ladies and gentlemen, again, we'd like to welcome you all to this inaugural event of Asante Professionals Club USA. We'd like to take a musical interlude, relax a little bit. There's a cash bar out there. Enjoy yourself. When we come back, we're going to be hearing a lot about APC. Our founding father will be speaking, Nana Chairman will also be speaking, other dignitaries will also be speaking. It's an award night. Ladies and gentlemen that have contributed so much to ensure this event becomes a success will be awarded here tonight. So we have many more. We have food and drinks. Like I said, we'll take a musical interlude. My DJ is ready. We'll take some aduwa, some kete, and then we'll be on the dancing floor to do justice to that. So when we come back, we have more. Good evening and welcome to Greenbelt, Maryland. People don't want to eat late. We would like to eat. I want to eat. So we'd like to take this opportunity to, calm ourselves down, get to the so get some drinks, and then when we come back, we'll be hearing from a lot of dignitaries, like I said earlier on, the awards to be given here tonight. So we'll take an interlude and then wait patiently as to how they're going to be organizing our food tonight, and then we'll have something to eat and drink. So like I said, the drinks are outside, there's a cash bar, and I know they are ready. So I'm not sure if it's going to be table by table. Jeffrey, can you let us know how the service is going to be? Okay. Table by table, all right. So they will be calling the table, right? All right, thank you. Kwesi Obinfosu, A.K. Babatov. Is Baba here? Is he here? All right, Baba, welcome. Thank you. Kwesi, thank you so much for joining us all the way in Greenbelt. We appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we wait to take our dinner, we'd like to listen to something jazzy. So I'd like to introduce my very good friend, Azu, who is a saxophonist, to play for us as we do our dinner. So Azu, if you're ready, he does corporate events, birthdays, and stuff like that. So we want to see his skills here tonight as we enjoy our dinner. Thank you, my very good friend. Is that inaugural night for Asante Professional Club? You know, that was a good one. Can you please bring the music down? Thank you. So, like I mentioned earlier on, there are some ladies and gentlemen that will be awarded tonight. And we are privileged to have our president from Ghana, our founding father, our dear president, Nana Asante, I call her, Nana Chairman. We have our own Dr. Echampon, and then our representative from the consulate in New York City, our own Atabuafu here tonight. Good evening one more time and welcome to Greenbelt, Maryland for this wonderful occasion. We would like to hear history. We'd like to know how APC came about. I am particularly interested and I would like to know. So this is the moment. I mentioned that earlier on that we are grateful to have the man who was part and who made sure APC becomes a success. So that for people like us who are so loud on social media when it comes to Asante, we'll have that boldness to speak as Asante for. Ladies and gentlemen, respectfully, I know we're still enjoying a little bit on our dinner. Because of time factor, I would like to introduce Mr. Chairman. I would like to crave your indulgence and introduce the Honorable Member of Parliament for Bantima constituency in the Asante region. He's also the Minister for Works and Housing in Ghana, and he's our founding father. Honorable Francis Asenso-Boakye. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it out for the Honorable Minister and then our dear father. We love you. Good evening and welcome to Maryland. Welcome back home.
Thank you very much, my good friend Mr. MC, and thank you for welcoming back home. Nana Chairman, President of APC Ghana, President of APC USA, and Chairman of the Council of Patrons, APC, Dr. Champon, and my very good friend and big brother, former MP for Fomina, and the Consul General of our mission in New York, Honorable Atabuafu, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen gathered here tonight. It's great to be back to North America after moving back home some 15 years ago. And it's also great to be back here in Maryland when I used to work in Delaware, and I used to come here during weekends to come and chill. And to also visit my niece who used to live in Maryland at the time. So I'm happy to be back, and I thank you very much for the invitation to be part of this inaugural meeting here in Greenbelt. When I moved to Ghana, my first job was to work with a company called Global Media Alliance, owned by a distinguished media and businessman, Ibn Watson, who was our last ambassador to China. And he used to go everywhere with me. And at that time, there were some prominent Ashantis who used to meet at the offices of the then MD for Fidelity Bank, Mr. Idwedefa. By the way, before I continue, I have to express, convey my greetings, the greetings of my honorable colleague ministers, the Honorable Maitu Boku and Honorable Yao Oseobichu. They made sure that I send their greetings to you. So, I was part of this group. I used to attend their meetings, very prominent Ashantis, the likes of the late Mr. P.V. Obeng, the likes of Mr. Piamenka, Edward Watson himself, Edward Defa, who was the MD of Fidelity, now chairman of the Fidelity Group. They were meeting to help in the development of Asante Man. And the kind of conversations they were having meant that we needed to take our own destiny into our hands as Ashantis. You know, in the olden days, we had this great kingdom of Ashanti Man and made Ashanti great and strong. And as a result, we became the enemy of our colleagues, the envy of our colleagues. And so when we went to Accra in the various government agencies, it was very difficult to find an Ashanti in such prominent positions in government at the civil service, because they were a deliberate attempt. Some of the reasons why we formed this group, I find it very uncomfortable speaking to cameras on it, but I may have to say a few things about it. And as a result, it was difficult to find Ashantis in very strategic positions. And we thought that, no, we needed to do something about it. Not because Ashantis were not qualified to be in those positions, but we felt that there were some deliberate clandestine attempts to prevent it. And that was one of the major reasons why we needed to come together. At a point, these prominent Ashantis were growing old, and we were not attending our meetings. So as a young professional working in Accra, I had the opportunity to discuss with some of my very good friends, 4 of them. So one of them, Vincent Menu, who became the first president of APC, at the time was the country manager for World Cocoa Foundation in Ghana. And who is now the deputy MD for NIB. And Jude Osei, who is a very senior official at World Health Organization in Geneva. And I believe another person, who am I missing? Who? And Papana Rosu Mensah, who is a private legal practitioner in Accra. So I discussed this with them, and I formed a WhatsApp group of the 5 people, and we decided to brainstorm how, as professionals and business people who are living in Accra, could come together and support the development of Asante Man. So one day, our friend Jude was coming down from Geneva, and we decided to have our first meeting. And this first meeting, we asked each member to bring another Ashanti professional. So we met in Jude's house, and at the time we were about 14, and we decided to declare a charter for the formation of Ashanti Professional Club. And since then, we've been growing from strength to strength. I stand here as the very first member of number 1 with the current president here, who is number 33. Yeah, so we've been growing. And we decided to establish another branch in our beloved Kumasi. So Kumasi became the second branch, and we have another branch in the UK. And today, we are celebrating the establishment of the 4th branch in this great state of Maryland. I want to congratulate you for that. The purpose is simple. We want to support the development of Asante Man. And we were very careful with the political situation. I myself, having initiated this process, I thought it was to be advisable for me to pick a back row because I was politically exposed. I was a political assistant to the then opposition leader. And we didn't want this group to be seen as an offshoot of any political party. Of course, this is an Asante union, Ashanti group, and you can expect 95% of them will be MPP sympathizers. But it was important that we presented a bipartisan front, especially because we Ashantis, wherever we find ourselves, whether in MPP or in NDC, as at the time people were being said, they look at this differently. So I myself decided to take a back seat for the growth and development of this important club, Ashanti Professionals Club. And nobody has had any cause to see us as an MPP or NDC group. And I want to congratulate all those who played a role in that particular aspect. It's very important. I was happy that we were having this event here in Maryland or in the DC area, where there are a lot of Ghanaian professionals living here, especially DC, working in various government organizations and non-profit organizations. In the morning, I was talking about the fact that there is strength in numbers. If you want to make any meaningful contribution to the development of Asante Man, and I believe you have to make sure that you mobilize as many people as possible. Because when we meet like this, we also have to make contribution. And making those contributions, we cannot rely on one person. So as a result of the collective contribution of everybody, so that we can raise enough resources to help in the development of Ashanti. So the membership director, my good friend, Gavin said, well, you have a lot of work to do. But this area shouldn't be difficult. Next time we come here, I should expect a bigger hall with bigger numbers. Yes. I myself, I only came yesterday, but I've been able to bring about 5 people to this event. Yeah. So next time, what we do in Accra is that whenever we're having such an occasion, an event, we let every member bring at least 1 or 2 people. So that if we are 50 at the event, we will be over 100. Yeah, so there's a word of advice to the director of membership. So later on, they say that I will propose a toast. So I want to reserve my comment. This is a very brief background of how APC came about, and it's purely to support the development of Ashanti Man. It has nothing to do with any Afrocentric agenda, not at all. We believe that Ashanti is the single largest ethnic group in Ghana, and therefore the development of Ashanti is very important to the development of Ghana. And that is why we think that Ashanti must be united and fight for its development. So thank you very much once again for the opportunity. And Madam President, thank you for the invite to be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Francis Asenso, MP for Bantima constituency. Before this meeting, I told my sister Barbara here, there was a conversation with 4 gentlemen regarding our founding father, and one has said that, oh, Asante for then 2 of them like, Upo bia wabua Asante for nkwala ewo Ghana neya ene Francis Asenso Boache. Ladies and gentlemen, our dear father, we love you. We want to thank you so much. He happens to be my member of parliament. And thank you for what you're doing. I saw the Islamic school, the Bushen areas, all the support that you're giving. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. We thank you one more time. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome one more time to Greenbelt, Maryland. Dan Boache Dankwa is my co-host, Dan.
Thank you very much. To the agenda, we have a very important person who's going to say a thing or two about MPP, about APC USA. Oh man, I don't know. You know,
What's that? That to us. That to now. I'll tell you guys why. But if propositors to you, I'll tell you why. Did I to us also?
you know, I think the honorable statistics don't mind in editing, so 95% of MPP 4 you know.
But the Asian to say he made them practically clear.
That's right.
Say the agenda of APC has nothing to do with
Absolutely. It is political.
Yes.
So APC is non-political. So if you are MPP for NDC, please leave that sleep, you know, outside before.
When we listened to our president this morning during the breakfast interaction, the president made it clear again. So there are even plans, and they have targeted certain, you know, NDC Asante phobia, and I know say you know see me to sign a mono. If was so, but the goal is that so ya Asante ba now CPP grow. We need you in APC.
Absolutely. Yo, but I think Diana Media to come home. Okay, so next on the agenda we have our one and only one, Ms. Barbara Champon, who is the current president of APC. APC, again I repeat, APC USA. She's going to tell us how it all started, where she slept, which pillow she slept on to dream about this club, and how it all came into being. You know, how many months she had it in her belly before she finally decided to throw it out there. So without much ado, I'll hand over the phone to Madam Barbara Champon.
MPP Semnedi Duty. Mr. Chairman, Honorable Minister of State, Honorable Counsel General, Global APC President. We also have President Gulash, Asante Association. All right. Thank you for this platform to tell the story about how APC USA started. It's actually a funny one. This was 2017, and I had just decided to go to Ghana. I came across a platform, an executive platform in Ghana, and I met this gentleman there called Kwame Nye, popularly called Kwame Nye, and he realized that I was an Asante. So he messaged me backdoor about some Asante and I obviously had no clue. So I guess he took it upon himself to school me about how to be a proper Asante. I said, okay. So I went to Ghana 2017, June thereabout, and it was end of June, July, thereabout. And I went straight to Kumasi. It was my mother's 65th birthday. So we went there to celebrate it. This gentleman told me that there was an organization in Ghana called Asante Professionals Club. And he made sure to tell me that this was the organization to be. He's very persuasive when he wants to be. And he told me that that is where I would really appreciate being Asante. So I said, okay. So I come to Ghana. I didn't have any plans of going to any organization because I wasn't even going to be there for long anyway. Plus, they had all these monies that you have to pay. I'm like, I'm not paying any monies to anyone. So long story short, I was in Kumasi, and then I think he had something to do either in Kumasi or one of the environs. And so he drove all the way to Kumasi. He calls me and says, I'm taking you to an APC meeting today. And they usually meet, I believe, the second Sunday of the month. So he drove me all the way from Kumasi. I think when we got there, it was like about an hour to when they were closing. So before we got there, he was like, brace yourself, let me school you a little bit about the questions they're going to ask you. So you're going to have to say your hometown, you're going to have to say your clan, and all of that. I said, okay, sure. And then we got there, Yea and behold, the usual APC greetings, they called me up front and then asked me my name. Then they started being mean to me. They were like, Kachi, Kachi, which was okay until it got to now Bon Tombe. And then I totally forgot what entone meant. I think that was the second time I had heard that word. So, okay, Bon Tombe, and I mean now, I feel almost ready. So, and then Kwame Nia was graceful enough to lend me his entone. I still don't remember though, but he lent me his entone, and then I said it, and then they forgave me, like, okay, go and learn your entone and come back. That made such a lasting impact on me. Then I'm like, I need to learn more about Asante, and I actually resonated a lot with what was happening there, because this was about Asante development. This was not just a social club that just meets to talk about, let's go to a funeral today, let's go to a party today. It was doing something for the land that birthed us. And I was actually very impressed by that, and I wanted to be part of it. So, my Honorable Prince Aduse was then the International Relations Coordinator. So he took my information, sent me the, things to fill out. I'm like, okay, this is too much. I didn't bother. And so I came back to the US. I'll try to make it really short. I came back to the US, and then every time Kwame Nia will call me, he's like, okay, so you need to start APC USA, APC in the US. I'm like, what? I don't know anyone. I only belong to one organization in the whole of US. I only know just about 2 or 3 people. So how am I going to do this? He's like, you can do it. So every time he calls me, this guy is just putting pressure on me. So sometimes I wouldn't pick his call because I knew what he was going to ask. All right, so fast forward to 2019. We're still talking, and he's still asking me, you need to start APC USA. You need to start APC. I'm like, okay, I'll think about it. And then he's like, yeah, I think maybe you're just a coward. And I think that was what did it. Like, no, I'm no coward. It's like, well, then I guess you know what to do. So then I only know 2 people, like I said. So I called these 2 people. I'm like, okay, we're going to start an APC in the USA. And mind you, I didn't even know the full story about what APC was. I just knew that they were an instrument for development for Asante, and to me, that was enough. So I'm like, we're going to do APC. They were like, okay, what is APC? So I tell them what I knew then. Like, oh, yeah, you start and we'll support you. Like, no, I wanted you guys to do it, and I'll support you. They're like, no, okay. So long story short, I created a platform and then called it APC USA. Meanwhile, I wasn't a member of APC Ghana yet. So we started this, and then I reached out to Mr. Prince Aduse, and I'm like, okay, we've started APC in USA, what do you want me to do? And so he started giving me, you know how Ghana people and their buklong, this guy just sent me all this list of things. But the first thing I had to do was to make my payment to Ghana. Okay, I'm paying half, and you guys can pay half because I'm starting in the US. They're like, no, it doesn't work like that, you need to pay. Because one of the beautiful things about being part of this great organization is you should come in knowing that it's a sacrifice. You're not just coming to cross your legs to just sit down and then make merry. You're coming to work. You need to put a seed in, and with that, you're going to be able to do something better or make a better impact. So long story short, I paid them money, and we started a process. Okay, so what do I do? Who do I know? I don't know anybody. And then my 2 very good friends were Mr. Bachimensa and also Levels. So I'm like, who do you know? You guys start calling people. So then I started practically hounding everybody whose last name resembled Asante. I reached out to Ghana, and my good friend Prince will tell you, when I ask you a question, it means I already want the answer yesterday. So sometimes, and with the time difference and all of that, this wasn't really helping. So I needed, help from multiple sources. I was kind enough to get the phone number of the then liaison, as APC liaison to Menchia. And I said, Nana, this is what I'm looking to do in APC, and I need you to help me with every Asantini you know in the US. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have asked that, because he uploaded his phone book to me, and this was about 100 list of people. It's like, call them. These people will help you. Okay, so I started calling people. Some were asking me my LinkedIn page. I should send them a picture, profile, scrutinizing me left, right, and center. But again, this was for the good of Asante. I don't know how APC Ghana, how smooth it was, but it has been quite a ride with APC USA, because these people are not easy to convince at all, and especially with all the different Asante groups that we have. I mean, how are you different? How can you tell me that what you guys have is different from, my local Asante mine? And so we had to do a lot of talking, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of timing. One of the people that we were blessed with from Manre Hine, our former patron, our liaison to Menshia, was Nana Osaj Maibewa. I called him and he took me through the, scrutiny, like, what school did you go to? Do you have a LinkedIn account? What's your profession? And all of that. But lucky to say that we made it. We started with a lot of people. There's actually one gentleman that was supposed to be here today, Dr. Michael Bain. I think his representative is here. I hounded like nobody's business. I will call his office and like, well, do you have any emergency or whatever? I'm like, no, I need to talk to him. He's an Asante man, and we need him in APC. I have wonderful stories about how a lot of people join APC, but bottom line is APC is an act of love, and it is for Asante to take charge. And that is why the theme for today's event is developing Asante man by its own people. We all here, it is our responsibility to do that. So APC USA has come to stay. This is our second year. We started May 10th, thereabout was when we had our first meeting. Dr. Champoma, actually, I almost forgot about that. I knew from a different platform. So when I spoke with my two friends, I'm like, I need somebody above who can also pull a few, people in. So I call him and I'm saying, and we happen to have the same last name. So I use that against him, like, we have the same last, so you have to help me. Otherwise, shame on you. It's like, okay, what do you want me to do? I'm like, we're starting APC USA, and I need your help. And then he said something which he repeated today. It's like, if you guys are going to just do just a party stuff, funeral here and there, I don't want to be part of it. Right? No, we're not APC. And luckily, he had already been engaged with APC, because the Ghana branch had already recognized his efforts in Ghana previously, so he was already in the know. So I was like, okay, I'm going to help you. And then he brought a lot of people in. So we are all here, and that's the other beautiful thing about APC. You come and, just like our founder said, you don't just come alone. You know someone, she knows someone. So you go and then you tell your friend that, you know what, we have this great organization, and I believe you'll be a great part of it. So that is why most of us are here, and APC USA is here to stay. We thank God for how far He has brought us, and we thank APC Ghana for helping us get to where we are today. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you very much. That was really sweet. I didn't know half of the stuff she was saying, but now that I've heard it, I think it resonates in my head. I think we're going to do one more thin speech, and then we'll give you some interlude. Anyone who knows APC knows we have the men. We have guys with triple PhD. Oh, when I say men, I mean biblically. In the Bible, when you say men, it means man and woman. But in the name of woman, there's a man in there, right? Okay. So that's good. Next, we're going to have someone tell us what APC USA has done within the short period we've been in existence. But before he comes up, I'm going to let you know who this person is. When we say we have the men and women, we truly mean that. Dr. Frederick Dia is currently the chair of the Strategy Committee of APC USA. Professionally, he's the Vice President of Strategy and Business Innovation for a healthcare company in Maine, New England. Dr. Dia holds a PhD in law and public policy from Northeastern University, where he's also an adjunct professor of economics and business statistics. I have more to say. I'm telling you, APC, we have the men and women. Dr. Dia holds a master's degree in international development from the University of Denver, corporate finance certificate from Columbia Business School, supply chain dynamics certification from MIT, and is currently, as if that wasn't enough, is currently pursuing another master's degree in business management at Harvard University. Dr. Dia is going to tell us what APC USA has done in the short period that we've been in existence, and also where we're headed in the next few months and years ahead of us. So give a big hand to Dr. Dia.
Thank you, Chairman. Personally, I firmly believe that the progress of any society or any community must be the outcome of its citizens, of its children. And I think what APC is doing, it exemplifies that commitment. So as Madam President said, you know, when you join this organization, you must come in with an idea of contributing your skills, your talents, and just your thoughts to what we need to be able to bring the results that we are looking for to the Asante region of Ghana. For someone who has been involved in development work, you know, as professionally, one of the most discouraging aspects of what we face in our country is the fact that we actually have to go outside and in some cases beg, for lack of a better word, others to come in and solve problems that are very fundamental to our existence. When you look at healthcare, when you look at education, when you look at sanitation, we are the people who live in those environments. And I believe that we do have a responsibility to address those issues. So in that regard, I'm very privileged to be a member of APC USA, and I'm especially honored to talk about the things that we are involved in, that we've done. Obviously, since 2019, you are looking at 2021, so it might look like we are a little bit behind with the inauguration, but everything we can blame it on COVID at this point. But what it tells me, though, is that even though this is an organization in its formative years, there's an element of resilience and persistence, and I'm hoping that that will carry us forward as we get ready to really take on some bigger projects. When COVID started, we did some fundraising to help out. You know, obviously, every aspect of the globe was dealing with this particular issue, so the amount of resources that we were able to mobilize was very modest. But the fact that we were able to do something, I think, showed the commitment. In addition to that, we've been able to mobilize, and this was actually, for me, as chair of the strategy committee, this was a very powerful testament to what APC USA represents. Because we were able to send about 1,000 backpacks as part of Otumfuo's celebration. But what was powerful about that experience was that all the funds to support that came internally from APC members. We did not solicit externally for any funds. And it was really the first major project that we had tried to undertake, and it showed the commitment that people are willing to make. And it shows that we do believe in what we are trying to accomplish here. Now, in the broader scheme of what we are trying to accomplish, I feel like those are very modest experiences. But for those of you who are aware, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So I do believe that even though those are smaller steps, because we want to do bigger things, they are going to lead us into some bigger projects. Speaking of which, right now we are involved in 3 major projects or initiatives, and they are all very consistent with Otumfuo's development agenda. One is to be able to establish some type of a medical diagnostic center in the Asante region of Ghana. And for those of you who are in healthcare, you recognize that this is a very important thing for us to be able to accomplish, because to be able to study diseases and really understand the origination of those conditions and actually have a solution, testing, for example, to be able to rapidly test without having to rely on external sources. Personally, I know people who, when they go to the hospital and there's a need for some medical testing, we have to go to South Africa or other places and then wait for the results to come back. And unfortunately, by the time the test results come back, we have lost people. That's happening this day and time, with all the technology available to us, with all the knowledge available to us. So the work that we've done on that front is we have a framework. We have an outline of exactly what we want to be able to accomplish. The next step is to actually be able to situate that framework within the context of Ghana, have a better understanding of what goes into putting something like that together, and then hopefully mobilize the necessary resources to support that work. The second project that we're involved in, which is also related to healthcare, is to be able to mobilize medical supplies and help stock some selected facilities in the Asante region of Ghana. We've identified some facilities that we want to support. And actually, prior to COVID, we were at the point of initiating our fundraising event. We had our letters, so the strategy is to actually be able to reach out to corporations as well as individuals. With COVID, we recognized that resources were really being tight, and the people and organizations were not able to give the way they typically do. But we are going to resume that project. I feel we've already identified an organization that will work with us. We'll be able to send at least a truckload of supplies. We have the list. So the next step is going to be the fundraising. We have a health committee that is going to lead that effort, and they will be working with our finance and investment committee on the fundraising effort as well. So if you are here, be prepared to hear from them and be prepared to support. Again, it's a small drop in the big ocean that we need to cross, but I think we'll be able to do that. The final project that I'll talk about is in the sector of education. So what we are doing is we are focusing on tertiary education, and really the goal is to enhance the scope of entrepreneurial work within Ghana. I think one of the things that any of you who pays attention to what's going on is that we have a very vibrant, young, driven, energetic populace. What is missing is an opportunity for them to be able to apply those skills. So the tertiary program is a partnership that we are exploring with Babson College here in the United States. They are based in Massachusetts. And Babson is actually the leading college for entrepreneurship in the world, not just in the United States. We've been able to meet with their president. We presented him with our proposal, and he was very, very excited and ready to jump on. I mean, I think if it wasn't for COVID, then we could have taken him to Ghana like the next day. He was ready to do that. The important thing that I want to stress from that is we need to be quick, we need to be aggressive, but we need to be organized. They do have an endowment, and they are willing to work with us to make sure that some of those funds actually get transferred to the places that need it the most. So where we are with that program is we have expanded the proposal. We are going to start off very small right now. Our goal is to at least build a center or initiate a center that has the capacity to support 50 to 60 students at a time. Now, that will require, a site capable of at least 7,500 square feet. So we'll be working with Menchia. Hopefully, there will be some allocation in terms of land that, will help us. That is going to be strategically important because what it will do is it will let Babson College know how serious we are because they are not in the mood to do a non-profit type of venture. And we support that. Right? Because like I said at the beginning, the betterment of our society has to be initiated and led by the people themselves. So this is going to be a for-profit educational venture that we are looking to establish with them. Funding-wise, we've explored several options. Obviously, we want to tap into the $50 million endowment that Babson College has, but we also want to use it as an investment opportunity for APC USA members. Not just APC USA, let me correct myself. any APC member that is willing to invest in this. We want to essentially create an APC equity group, right? And members can make a contribution to that. I was speaking with one of our members today about how we set that up, right? Can we say maybe 50% of the stake will be dedicated to APC? The details will be ironed out, but it's a very exciting project. They are ready to go. They do have the curriculum. All we are going to need is the space. So the next step for us as APC USA is to actually do the costing for the project, so that next time we give you an update, we can give you a sense of how much money is required. But we want to scope it so that we leverage the existing developments in technology to start, and then hopefully be able to expand that, not just in Ghana, but possibly across all of West Africa and even Africa. So there are some really great things that are on the horizon for us, and if you're a member, please be ready to support that. If you are not, and you can help us in any regard, be prepared to do that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jia. That is so, fellows, you really need to join this organization, because there's a lot happening, and I'm definitely sure that once you're in, you're going to be interested. One thing Dr. Jia touched on, but probably didn't come out so crystallized to me, was the fact that, we have a few other international universities in Ghana, but the difference between them and the new project we're working on is those universities, they come into Ghana, they make the money, or they make whatever profit they make in quote, and then they take it out. They take it out of the country. When we met with Babson, the president of Babson didn't want that kind of model. He wanted us to share in the profit. So they actually offered for us to share in the rest, so that when the profit comes, we would share. So any person who invests in this project is definitely also going to make money for himself. So I thought that was
interesting.
Yeah.
Is that Asante for yourself when you invest by what grass I can I've been able to come for you. It's a bravo. What's the Dr. Bia? He was very clear. Was a lecturer be of Insegamo. Clarity. It's a bravo pa. Asante for the bravo. What is that of the example of that? And then one about break for much in an abroad. Now, my president in Sobro, so it's a profopa. The tech. If Shana was so ye a bohania, a profaba. Dr. Sarkodia, it's a profu brutal. It's a dog, Mumwana, as our partnership program, very much important. And then Moka was a come up and yes, sir. Na minim se bis Asante de baby beso Ghana na so said here Asante hene ogusu a oye no ba ya ne okobron ahafo Volta region all those areas say ene kramika ho as president said here hena share se enye no ye hwe na madaro ma momwa ye na ye ntu ho na monti doctor nyamishira mo se mo boa ma adwumadi na akoso sa abusuafo say atena se a che me pesa mesa me na me bie floor no se mesa kiti kakra ya marketer makra na do ama na se nya Asante for ye show penhwe aha ye fresh momra na mbehwe enti ya bese ehi ye niema na kakra bi wa ha ye niema na ye be yi kakra di wa ha na akire se ye Asante for na DJ, you ready, my very good friend? Na ye hwa Asante sem kakra but we ready ye nko na ye nto aso. that here before you and Dr. Bia humbly. Also, yes, titles, and professionals are not titles, no. You said that, and I noted that. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still on. This is history. We'll listen to how the formation of APC came about. We'll listen to our dear president speaking passionately about how he has to go through that ajojo to make sure we're here tonight. We love you, Madam President, and we thank you, Madam Asante. Ladies and gentlemen, humbly and respectfully, I would like to introduce our keynote speakers for tonight. It's going to be interesting. Our dear Dr. Apc Champon. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it out to Dr. Kwesi Echampon to give us our keynote address. Nana Chairman will speak after that. Dr. Champon.
My Honorable Minister, Your Excellency, the Council General, Madam President, APC USA, my brother, Global APC, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great honor to be here this evening. I never thought this would come to pass when Barbara contacted, but let's give you who are here tonight a clap for what you've done. Let's clap for yourself. Now, I will speak briefly as time is fast spent. I don't have much to say, so I'm going to blame it on the time, so I will stop. APC is different, as we all have witnessed. Now, the theme is for Asante development. And the question is, what is Asante development? What is development? I interpret it two ways. Number one, collectively coming together and form an organization or have one agenda to do it. The other aspect is, you as Asantini, what are you doing for yourself? Because we believe collectively we can build a nation, but individually, if you build yourself, you can then collectively build a nation. When we say Asantimaya, what are we talking about? Many a times we hear that Asante for the Omuntimin come home and your business. Because oh yeah, we do 19. You might cry for Santinia, is what I want to say. But the word Asante means what? It means Asa Inti. Asa means war. Asa Inti. Our leaders thought of being united for a purpose. Asa is a war. Therefore, they came together to fight wars. Today, there's no war anywhere. Our last war was fought in 1901. Our commander-in-chief was a woman. So over 120 years, we haven't fought. So there will be no fight anywhere. But there is economic war, business war. Strategically, what war are we fighting? So we can say Asa Inti, but every time I say business Inti and a human Inti, I will say it made a combo. Now it made or say now you bought Asante mine. Now Asante buying anything. So one would ask. To me, Asante mine means say be a sebion producer, or school we now up with that government a jumaso or super juma. Asante ni it was seen. Be mad mono, they say it. Essence Asante in the sebion producer. In fact, you're sorry no pack and question like a pejuma. When now you will be a bearing a pejuma chain. That is your Asante pine. Yes, that is your Asante pine. Now, Asante memoir, your boy, someone who you because you and I are refusing to be a partaker of the Asante Kingdom principle. Development, innovative, creativity, that is what makes Asante Asante. It's always to have now Asante say more, Asante buying a win here. Yes, if you accept you affect it. Usia and Tom Usia, But Asante buying party and say, one year you be up, one of our walk Asante Mama, Asante my etumpo. That is what Asante Ma is about. The Mr. Wanidi. Yes, if you are able to have any discover Ghana no waiting. A young call no waiting, and you man here, yes, but young Castan, a bit in my pay, you may be a bit in my year, a poor. That's the view in 50 a yati or groom hard, and your car. Bijina, a cassette, sector minister, housing. And that kind of Ghana, a human be better craned. We are having a booming young professionals looking for a place to put their heads. They can afford to buy a land, they can afford to build a house, but they can afford to rent a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment. We can supply that as a business. It's your but you can build 1 or 2 apartments, which is every month to be an bed. The more be there's talks with me, they can cry, become home. And the Ghana population is increasing. Ghana population increased by 700,000 people a year. That is 2.5%. Within the next 10 years, Ghana population will be over 40 million. People are going to have a place to stay. People are going to have a place to put their heads. People are going to have to eat. So you will have agriculture and agricultural products or agro processing is something I, for one, will encourage you to invest in it. The population is going to be increasing. People are going to, I always say recession back, be back, nipa here go deep open better. Nipa here the anye, na my doctor dey me do, we be ya. The be here, the be here, ai. It is the same one. Yenya wa ha yen pese be invest Ghana, go be dey sika. Yen pe ne ma yiti mai. Ah, say you ye ho yen dey entry. And I just want to touch a few things and I'm done. The reason why I think agriculture will be the best way for us to get involved. Right. Again, it's population increasing, like I said, it's a very low risk. Agriculture is very low risk, to put your money into it. It's recession proof, I just mentioned. Now, you realize that Ghana, if you are little poor, within a short time, food processing, we don't have it. I think I Asante for young Kintimin couple. If you never about Kintimin, you didn't mean the company to process even a common food. One of the difficult food we don't have in a system, animal farm feed, animal feeding. The yellow yam rice, yellow corn, you can't find it. Soya beans, you can't find them. We are importing millions of dollars for our agriculture feeding. We can produce them. Ti mesrema uma yen hwe die betimi aye mienu miensa enan enu betimi aka bom. And I say onka betimi aye kwan na. There's so many things you can talk about. I can talk and talk all night, as you can see. But housing and agriculture is an industry that we are far behind, that we can help to bridge the gap. Ti mesrema Mama Asante man who here again. You are high, you see a pay. Yes, when you are Ghana, I call it soft landing. You need to transition, then you go in, but our target is let us create, because economic in other non-Asantes. Ghana top businessmen idea, you know. If he said, you say, man who here again, now it me a 2 Ghana, any Asante man, better massive.
Wow. Dr. Champo, thank you very much. We appreciate you so much and dearly. Your contribution to APC USA and then APC in general is just, above and beyond, and we love you so much. And we want to thank you one more time for your kind words tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, our chairman for the occasion, Nana Chairman, I said that. Kana chairman, yeah, the assembly. We're good friend on the assembly. The assembly. Nana, what are Roma? I need you counsel. If I say so, na oye adum, I'm a Brazil. na yɛte wa ndisɛm kakra yɛnim sɛ kasa deɛ na yɛkasa yɛ na ɛne na akasa me dadodo badaroma na yɛgya no na wɔn ɛbɛtie ne kakra na yɛfa bi atom ti ebredu sɛ yɛgya microphone no de ma wo na deɛ wowɔ ma yɛ as chairman for this occasion and then as a patron to APC also the man need to be two. Abusuafo yɛmfa nsɛmbɔ mesrɛ mo na yɛmfa ma nana akɔ aba wobɛsɛ nke bokete kra ma nana ana bɛkenkan yi ɛnso na yɛasrɛ nana na sɛ mmɛmmɔ wode yɛma nana kenkan a mmerɛ no nti ɛbɛyɛ ne ntɛntɛm yɛwie a na award no ɛɛba. It's interesting and I'm always glad say your president waha, your founding father waha, your president Nana, Dr. Dua and everybody, Dr. Champon, and then the consulate, your representative from the consulate in New York City, Ira Tabuafu. And now that room, I am ready for you.
To be here, I wanted to see people nodding their head to let me know that they can hear me. Okay. I just don't want you to hear me, I want you to listen. Listen passionately. This morning I told the members when we had a morning meeting that I had two, almost like in those days, two lotto numbers in Ghana. Two lotto numbers. Yeah, and I shared one of them with them, the sure bankers. They call them sure bankers, right? And I told them that the second sure number I will share with them this evening. You know, lotto numbers, if it's in Ghana, the numbers are from 1 to 90, right? They are not new numbers. We all know numbers from 1 to 90. But any time that lotto hits, when it comes, it's a new number that came and won, right? So what I'm going to tell you, the second one, it's not a new number. It's within the 1 to 90. But then I'm going to let you know it was a sure banker. I touched on what I told you. The first one was how APC has to be the fuel to boil, to help Asante to boil. And when Asante boils, it will spread to other parts of Ghana. Okay? That was the first thing. The second thing is what I'm going to talk about now. But before then, let me tell you something. I had the opportunity to go to Billings, Montana. Billings is a small city in Montana, to go and do some work for a bank called First Interstate Bank. First Interstate Bank. I have been working in the financial services for a long time. And as I'm winding down, actually I moved to my base in Dallas. That's where my home is. I wanted to stay there until someone told me that, oh, this First Interstate Bank is looking for somebody to come and manage their credit policy. Credit policy is how they decide who to loan to, and whatever loan product, what are the guidelines, how they make sure that the policy that they have is not discriminating against you and I. Okay? The reason being, the bank has merged with another bank, and the size of that bank, a small bank in the US, very small, the size of that bank has passed $10 billion. And so now they are on the radar for regulators. It wasn't like we're a small bank doing your thing there. Now you are big. So we need to make sure that you have a bulletproof credit policy. And that's what I went there to establish proper credit policy that will be compliant, meaning it will be acceptable when regulators look at how you are giving loans. Okay? What I've been doing this, so this is not anything special, but what really hit me was that for this regional bank in Billings, Montana, right, that bank right there, what that bank is doing, even though I've been in banking for quite some time, was what was making the state, Montana, function. Because I saw people that would come very early to ask for loans. They are car dealerships, and things are running slow. And on Monday morning, they noticed that by Friday, things will not turn out. So they need a loan quickly so that Friday they will be able to cut paychecks for the employees. It was so many things like that, so many things. Lawyers needing money, they are waiting on a case to settle, the money is not in, and they will come quickly for loans. And when they come, it wasn't like Ghana, strip you naked, bring a house for collateral, this, and then they tell you it didn't work. You know, you cannot be like that. If the car dealership, the manager cannot get that loan, a lot of people are not going to get paid. And if a lot of people are not paid, their house rents are not going to be paid, and so on and so forth. So it was very, very critical. That's why they hit me. Every day, I mean, been working in Blind forever, but it's only when I came here that I really saw how critical it is, you know, for banking to be, right? How critical it has to be reliable, and it has to be able to do the function of the bank. The function of the bank. The function of the bank is what? There are people who have excess cash, and they need a place to hide it. They need a place to hide it, and they go to the bank and say, keep it here for me. Keep it here for me. And there are people who have businesses, have a lot of ideas, like the Boston College is going to sharpen the entrepreneurial skills and all that. You are finished. You have the idea. But where is the money that you are going to use to make the move, right? So the bank is the one that is going to bridge the gap between such people. We're going to bridge the gap between those that have money extra that they want to put it somewhere, and then those that are desperately looking for money to do the things that they need to do. And that is the whole purpose of the bank. That's the whole purpose of the bank. So that is why here in this country, when the banking system is working well, the banks are always after you, bombarding you, trying to get you to do business with them, because they need the money that you have to deposit in their bank. And then they need the other person also that has a business to come and borrow the money. So if that is the purpose of a bank, why is it that when you go to Ghana and you want to, you enter there, they look at you from the top and look at you from the bottom to see what do you have to say, right? It's more like, what do you have to say? You know, because they are giving loans to somebody that knows somebody. And when you go there by yourself that you don't know anybody, regardless of the fine ideas that you have, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen, right? I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. One time I was in Ghana at the funeral, and I was sitting next to a lady that used to live in New York and has moved to Ghana and is building a daycare facility. She had constructed the building with all her own money all the way and needing a few dollars to finish it up, and had gone to this bank to ask for a loan. Fortunately for her, the bank manager and I were sitting at the same table. And so she came, and I hadn't seen her for a while, so I was asking her, how are things going? So, she has been doing well, but if this bank manager will give her the loan that she's asking for, they have asked me for everything. I've given them, I said, how long ago? So, about 6 months or so. And every day they tell me, go and come, go and come. And how much was the loan? I think it probably was like maybe 35,000 or whatever. And I told the bank manager that, well, I work for a bank. So, and when the person makes a certain type of application, I was in charge of a $50 billion home equity portfolio. And every day, the marketing people are on me, asking me to for things so that they can make more loans, right? And eventually we came up with what we call instant close. If you make the application today, and what we are asking for is up to $250,000, within 8 days, the money will be in your account. And here is somebody, 6 months, has a house, a house that's collapsed, the building is everything, and it's not going anywhere, right? All of this, I'm telling you that a time has come that we need to have an Asante Bank, okay? Whether or Kingdom Bank, whatever that you call it, there has to be a bank. And that bank has to be supported by all of us, all of us. The extra money that we have, if you have $10,000 in your account and that account, if you have $10,000 in your account and that account is giving you a half of a 1% interest, please, we make plans that in the future you take a portion of that, set it in a Asante Bank. It's not free. Put it in the bank just like you put it in the bank here, so that there will be funds available for banks to make loans to people doing businesses in Asante Bank. Okay, you have a taxi driver feeding the family from the taxi that he has been driving all along. Then for 1 week he's home. Why? Because the transmission gave up, and then when they said you need a new transmission, home use or whatever they call it, it probably will cost like $1,000. Where is the $1,000? One of my grandparents said, "Tony, how me who be that? Me who be that? $1,000 will be that." But there are banks. There are banks. Why couldn't he go to the bank to take a loan with all the business that he has been doing, so that he can be back again in business in no time? No. The bank, as I said, they will look at him and ask him, "Where are your dogs?" and all this, Prophet, and then he will have to go home. So we need to truly have an Asante Bank. With, don't worry about how it will be. What you have to get in your mind, in your spirit, is that a little bit of your money should be saved there once the bank comes in. That's all what we are asking. It's not a free money. A little bit of it should be saved there, so that we can have a lot of things that will come as an opportunity for us. We want people to be able to buy land. The land that you buy from the chiefs, we want you to buy the land with a bank loan. And when you buy with the bank loan, the bank will put a lien on the land. Once the bank puts the lien on the land, no chief is going to be able to turn around to go and sell it, because that lien has to be satisfied, right? That lien has to be satisfied. So if you do that, these are some of the things that will help us, cripple all the unnecessary hurdles that we have to go through. But we have to do these things. Put in your spirit that we need an Asante Bank, because the Ghana commercial banks, or all those that are there are some private banks that, I agree, they form those banks, I would say, quote unquote, greedy people that just did their calculation. They can do interest rate at 32% and then make a lot of money and all that, and get some means to get money and loan to big people. One person taking $300 million in loan from one bank and collapsing the bank. When $300 million could have given $1,000 loan to countless market women who want to expand their business, countless farmers that have been farming 10 acres ever since they started farming, and been farming only 10 acres because they don't have any loan to expand. They don't have any loan to expand. Okay, so that is why it is very, very, very important to have a Asante Bank. Then one other thing is, there is something called the money revolution. Money revolution. When the middle class or the lower class are able to participate in the money circulation system, money has to circulate. The money will circulate only when people put it in a bank. They have a bank and they can go there to take a loan. You take a loan from the bank and you want to build a house. As soon as you put an axe or pickaxe on the ground, the bank will send people to come and see whether you are doing the job. Okay? As soon as you get to what they call linting, the bank will send people for them to see whether you are actually at the linting, but then also send other engineers to really satisfy that it has been built appropriately. Okay? Okay? So the money that you take, and before then you and some mason will be in your corner building your house. Now that money is not going to go only to the mason, right? It's going to go to an inspector, it's going to go to an appraiser. So the money is actually circulating in the system. A lot of people are now having their hands on the same money. A lot of people are touching the money, not just a few people. So that is what will help money to circulate, the money revolution. Money revolution. So I want to just cut it short, as I said. Bank is not anything new. It's one of the numbers from 1 to 90, like a lottery number. But today, as I said, I don't want to just only for you to hear, but I want you to listen and know, demand that there is an Asante Bank that will cater to the needs of the people of Asante. Let the government build the airport. Let the government build the roads. But what about the market woman that is selling the dry fish, that want to go to Yeji and then go there and buy the dry fish? You want to buy 10 baskets instead of 5. But they don't have any source of money to increase their productivity. So think about that. Thank you very much.
Yes. And our being Asante Maiba, Mr. Mo, Yafanshi, Timusa, Wadaroma, and I all can be Ayati in himself the 2 months. I wish I for baby a trade here. Baby, Sedemica Kayano, awards no Edru Honomo. Baby, I bought home I was saying to me, born my password at this point. Now, a hundred million and they said there are 2 awards a bidding Kaya. Na ye no via diakano ye de no so etumi e de atoaso abuja from Esremo na mama me 1 second for a musical interlude. I'll be right back. Yeah, back. We're going to be studying the awards. Now, we are our toast and then cutting of our cake is so then we have to do that. I'll take an interlude, DJ, and I'll be right back.
Elders, leaders of APC, our members and guests, very good evening to you. On my behalf, I can see Ampofo and my sister here, Nana. We are very happy and excited to read a little bit about Dr. Michael Obin, who is a medical doctor trained at the Harvard University. As I was reading through the distinguished career and contributions of Dr. Obin to Ghana and the United States, I was very impressed. Without boring you guys to death, I'm going to say top 5 things that I read that I thought were exciting about Dr. Obin. He attended Olympic College, was born in 1973. He lives in Beverly Hills, California. And he is an outstanding plastics surgeon. He's received numerous awards from the state of California, from the government of Ghana, and he's actually been nominated to the United Nations
as one of the African medical doctors. Dr. Obin, my wife knows him. He is an outstanding entrepreneur who is also a doctor. He owns the Miko Plastic Surgery Center. He is currently building some hospitals in Ghana and pharmaceutical companies to produce malaria medicine for Ghana. When I read about him, one of the things that I said to myself is, wow, what a great person. He has actually established a program called the Restore Worldwide Incorporated. And in that is a not-for-profit foundation where he's trying to do restorative surgery for free for people who cannot afford it. This is someone we are talking about who has been nominated once in 2012 and another time in 2015 as one of the best doctors in the United States of America. He's also wrote a lot of academic articles. He's won a lot of awards. And when I read about his biography, he just amazed me. As a son of Ghana and a child who was born into poverty in Kumasi, to rise to these highest levels gives all of us a lot of hope. And so on behalf of my own sister, and on my own behalf, Dr. Apc Ghana, we are privileged and honored to give this award of excellence to Michael Obey, Dr. Michael Obey.
Thank you very much for all what you've been doing for mankind, and I think APC is proud of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, let me say something. I'll make it really quick.
Take a quick picture, please.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I am not Michael Obey. For those who know him, you know, I'm not Michael. No, Michael is my nephew, and we're very, very proud of him. He's made our family very proud. Anyway, so I'm here with my sister.
I'm Victoria Rose. I'm an aunt of Dr. Michael Obey. I raised him. Yes. I was a teacher at Prempeh College Experimental School, and he started the Prempeh College Experimental Kindergarten. So when I was going to school as a school teacher, I would be raising him and take him to the kindergarten before I go to my class to teach. So Dr. Obey is more or less my own biological son, because I raised him from from infancy. Yeah. I took him from Konfanoche Hospital. Wow. So I raised him. So I consider him as my own son. And I've been praying for him a lot. And I know it's through prayers. It's through prayers. That is where he is now. It's by the grace of God and God's mercy. So I give great thanks to Almighty God, because it's not by his power or by man's power, but it's by the grace of God who has led him to where he is now. May God's name be honored. Amen.
Well, anyway, I'm sorry. That wasn't the plan. He was supposed to say something short. Then we'll come back to it. And then I was going to say, we are here to accept this award on behalf of our nephew, Dr. Kwame Obeng. Anyway, he cannot be here, but he wants us to convey the message that he is both humble and appreciative of this kind gesture. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please send our President, Mr. Prince Edusei, all the way from Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it out to our President, Mr. Please, I do say, I'm going to hand over the microphone to, he will do justice to whoever is going to receive this award, let us know. And then Dr. Ampofo will help in handing over that particular award. Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. MC. We have another very distinguished gentleman amongst us who deserves even far more than this award. But this, of course, is an appreciation of APC to you for your excellence and your support to the club's activities. This award goes to no other person than our very own Dr. Apc Ghana, the only champion without an E. Doc, can you please help us hand over this award?
When I joined APC USA and I heard about Dr. Apc Ghana, as a young guy, because of the semblance of our names, I wanted to learn more about him. And I did learn a lot about Dr. Apc Ghana. If you were to ask me off the top, what 3 things do you remember about this distinguished gentleman? First, I know he's from Asante. And he's a dedicated doctor. I have a lot of respect for him. He has established residencies, not just in the United States, but also in Ghana. He has formed a university in Ghana. Let's give that. He's creating employment for our youth, our people. And if there is anyone here who is more deserving of this award of excellence from APC, we will give it to no other person than Dr. Apc Ghana. Congratulations.
Patricia said Dr. Jampo never put in your body. My body did a free. I'm said, Makasache, and I'm because schools who don't pass with a mass.
Thank you. We appreciate you so much. I was saying for baby, I drew the Amisremo, I'm saying, you be Remo and the son. I need a pencil. Yo. Era Nepaiwa, Yamenka, Era Kinsley all the way from New York City. We'll be touching base. Thank you so much for coming through. Come and say what I say. Now,
Yentia, a casa, a dishia was a concron. Tingina was said, if I show any dim, Mecania, just at this year. At this year. Okay. Before we do the awards, I just wanted to say that this was actually very, very difficult to do because, like I said, since we started APC, the selfless contribution of all members has been outstanding. It has blown my mind. It was really hard. But based on the criteria that we chose these awards, we had to give it to certain people. The first one we have right now is for best attendance. This person actually has no choice but to be the recipient because his uncle is actually one of the founding members. So, whether rain or shine, he's always here. And we meet once a month, end of the month, but he's always there. Even if he can't come on time. He will send a message and say, Madam President, I will not be able to come, but you go online and he's the first person there. This is no other than Jeffrey Daku. We celebrate you and say thank you for being a great, outstanding member of APC USA. Thank you, Jeffrey. All right. So next on the bill is, all right. Okay. So this person is just simply amazing. This is the Best Rookie Award. Our youngest member who has performed, phenomenally. This person came in just about a couple of months ago. Just when we were in a really hot seat preparing for this inauguration, and he just came in, and the very first week he brought in a member, and then he has been one of the pillars of actually the success of this organization. And this is no other than our own George Bright, George Apc Bright. Thank you for your service to APC USA. Thank you. So we have our next award, and this is for the best team player. Remember when I was saying that we started with a few people. This is a gentleman that I just called and I said, Mepacho, we've started a new organization and you're a member. And he's like, okay. And he has been up every single time. He's always on time. He always delivers. He's a great contributor. And everything we do, he is just phenomenal. And so we just wanted to recognize and award Dr. Anthony Adade as the best team player of APC USA. This particular member came into APC, and every time she's online, the platform just goes lit. She's very vibrant and fun, person, and she's always calling me. I actually have maybe like 3 members that I haven't worked on yet. She's constantly. I think, Sewa, you have to up your game, because this particular person is just wonderful. She wants everybody. The only sad thing is all the people she knows are doctors. And APC USA already have like 70% of our people as doctors. So I'm like, okay, yeah, can you find some other person who is not a doctor? But she's phenomenal. She wants the growth of APC. She has the best interest at heart, and we just want to honor and celebrate Mrs. Arama Asante for Best Most Membership Award. Kwame taxed me, accused me of being a coward, and I said I wasn't. This is the first person that I called, and I said, we're doing this. He's actually been very instrumental. He's an IT person. He's a banker. I don't know what he's not. He's the one that created our membership. He does everything. I can call him at 2 a.m. and I say, okay, you know what do you think about this? And he'll give his candid opinion. We don't always see eye to eye. We most of the time fight, but I respect him and he respects me, and he's just wonderful. You know, just like, you just gotta deal with it. And this is none other than Mr. Watchman. So we celebrate you for your outstanding service for APC USA. Next person, I mean, I can talk from morning till night about this particular awardee. I met him actually at a club, a different organization that I belong to, and this was the first time in a few years, like 4 or 5 years, that he had actually gone to any Ghanaian organization. And I happened to be the treasurer in that organization, so I saw him coming in and I just approached him, asked him his name, and he said, I'm like, oh, okay, that must be an Asante name. That was when I was on a quest to recruit Asante for, you know, by force or by any means necessary. So I met him like, okay, just give me your number. He did, and I kept, you know, bothering him, calling him, texting him, like, you need to be part of APC USA. So after almost a year, he said, okay, all right, sure, let's see what you got here. And then he filled out the membership form and became a member. And right from day one, he got to work. He's been very instrumental, you know, driving all the projects that we have. And APC is indispensable to this great gentleman, Dr. Frederick Gia. Please come here, we celebrate you today. Last member award goes to a lady that's Outstanding Service Award goes to this member that came from Ghana. We borrowed him from the Ghana branch. She came in and I was like, okay, what can you do? I'm like, okay, so I think this one will fit you best. And since she came, everywhere she goes, she talks APC. And again, I can call her in her sleep, and she goes, yeah, I was sleeping. But she'll get up and then she'll do what she has to do for the love of Asante man. And see, this is none other than Jabin Sewa. We celebrate you as an outstanding service. Caesar what belongs to Caesar. If it wasn't for Asante Professionals Club, I'll tell you this funny thing. Just recently on the Ghana platform, when, you know, they saw our flyer for what we were trying to do today, someone said, you can sit somewhere and take someone's name and not put our names on it, okay? So, but Asante Professionals Club Ghana has been so instrumental. Prince will tell you, the way I have harassed this man is just, you know, I'm sorry, but I have harassed them so much, and they have come through for us every time we needed them. There were times I needed to send letters and I'll just call, and I just want to say a big shout out to the former secretary, Ama Sewa. She was awesome. I'll call her and say, you know what, do you have any letters for this particular subject? And then she'll send it to me. Everybody in the APC Ghana branch wanted us to succeed. And so today, if we are here, we just want to say a big thank you to them and to celebrate them for helping us get this far. So we call on the president of APC, Mr. Prince Edisei, to come for this award. Stewardship Award. So this is the last award, and in trying to come up with the name, the correct name for this award, it took me, you know, on a whirlwind. Right. I came up with Papano, I came up with the Pusher, the Annoying, I don't know, I came up with a lot of different awards because this person is the reason why we have this APC USA here. And this is none other than Mr. Kwame Ba Achamfo, aka Kwame Nye. He is the one that pushed me. Oh, he's online. He's the one that pushed me to get this all put together. And so we just want to honor him with a Pinnacle Award for helping us get to this far. So we just want to say thank you, Kwame, for this awesome, you know, journey that we've come with you as one of our stewards, and the advice that you gave us. Pacho Baba up here to help us. He actually wanted to come, but he's scared of COVID, so he didn't come.
Honorable Mr. Chairman, I've been told, sir, Baba Tofik, on the designing APC logo, no, let's give it out to Baba. Baba, thank you so much. That's a beautiful logo. So, ladies and gentlemen, Dan, are you here?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. So she's done. She called out the names.
I disagree. I don't think so.
She called out people that contributed massively as to why we're here tonight.
And she thinks she's done? She thinks that's
I'm assuming she's thinking like that, but I don't know.
Can I just say
absolutely.
A word or two? Yeah, so this is Madam President. You know, she's the kind of a lady who is selfless. As you can see, she's giving all the awards, and there's nothing there left for her. And she doesn't even care. This is a lady who's, we are here today because of her. And she, for her selfless effort, her energy is very infectious. And even if you don't want to do it, you'll do it. And, you know, she will hound you till you get, you know, that done. And as a result, unfortunately, people misunderstood her. So, you know, I mean, people are, you know, she's lost friends she's had for years just because of APC. And it's all because she wanted APCs to be successful. And by so doing, unfortunately, you know, some people, you know, took offense and, you know, they left the organization. They are no longer friends of her and all this. But she did all that for a good purpose. And she thought she was going to give us awards and just walk away, you know, as if, you know, how do you take this for? No, we're not going to allow that. So we're here today to, on behalf of all the executives, you know, I would have loved to call all the executives to come help me, but I know, you know, we all planned this. So we have a surprise for her, so I'm going to hand over to Kwame to say what the surprise is.
Actually, I'm also going to hand over the microphone to our dear founding father, to do the talking this time and present this wonderful award to our dear Asante.
Asante indeed. Yeah. She was talking about harassing some people. I think I also had my fair share of the harassment during the probation time. And even when she wanted to get me to sign the formation documents as a founder, she really harassed me, and I don't think I even had the opportunity to sign. Did I?
I signed for you.
You signed for me. So it is a real honor, a singular privilege to present this award of excellence to our own Barbara Champion, aka Asante. Congratulations, Barbara.
Thank you so much, Madam President. We love you dearly. We appreciate your leadership. We thank you. We thank you. We love you. That's right. That's right.
To lead us with a toast. And then after that, we'll cut the cake.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, once again. I think the night is fast spent, and all the speeches have been made. I spoke earlier. So tonight, as we celebrate the establishment of the third branch of Asante Professionals Club, APC USA, I'd like to invite you to join me in raising your glasses in honor of the occupant of the golden stool, the Asante, and to the growth and development and success of Asante man, to the success and prosperity of Asante man. To the success and prosperity of Asante man.
Every time when I think of you, I don't know. I feel loved again. I don't want to wait for days. Let me have you in my arms again, please. When they all say I can't love you.
We'd like to take this opportunity to invite our founder one more time, Honorable Francis Asenso Boache, and then our president, Apc Ghana, Apc Global, and then our president, Madam Barbara Champon, aka Asante, to join us cut the beautiful cake and share it among ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do that and give them a very big round of applause as we better, ladies and gentlemen.
Dr. Apc.
And then our president, APC Ghana, APC Global, and then our president, APC USA, Madam Barbara Champon. APC USA Inauguration 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, we're privileged to have our founder, Honorable Francis Asenso Boache, Madam President Barbara Champon, and our APC Global President, also in advance, to the best of APC USA people. Yes. Beautifully cut by our founder, our two presidents, Global President and Madam President from APC USA. Thank you very much, and I'll call the calendar and share it among ourselves. Thank you, thank you. Instead of Campo for you have a friend there, but the other is we'll be reaching out. Dr. Check now, we'll be reaching out. And you know, you're ready to miss us. All the buyers, all the bebois, all the who, executives, you know, financial for Libya. Mr. Moa, all the buyers, all the bebois, my sentiment, put to it, all the ma, penny for Libya. But my Dr. Some of the premier. Udi simiswa metimia kwa financial for no more record yo ya bado wasenso na bibianso etumi akoso se se dia yakasa bre kasa no crowd doso na I was a Madam President osa I was a founder and sosa I was a president global Ghana one so ne birthday also osa na dia osa eyeye aha tina na betina se na Dr. Champion so ni Dr. Duane afa nyina no APC ne abusuafo ambebo aye no tidije ye mu pa na fe panyin from media sa wo high life be pa so na ye nyina should be jumping on the dancing floor. We'd like to thank every single person here in the vote of thanks, Baba. We'll give the vote of thanks, but we want to do a little on the floor before we do the vote of thanks. We want to see our funders, we want to see our partners, everybody on the dancing floor. DJ, you ready? Let's do that. That's right.
I love your imperfection, I love your flaws, and your motherly affection. They say people change, feelings are fake, and my love is here to stay.
Okay. APC for you now, Mr. Ramo. APC for you now, the dancing floor, Mr. Babia will be officially, this association has been inaugurated. Maybe I will be That's right. Let's do that, people.
I said it go hard and only. Anytime you want, I go ask you. Baby, take my heart, baby, carry go. If you think I'll leave you, God forbid, yeah. If you leave me, then I'll die with you, yeah. You do so many things I can't resist, yeah. I go mention your name to the whole wide world. Baby, you would give me joy, it go better make us suffer so you don't cry. Baby, be having food today, I go sky. And if it's true what they talk me, I know they lie you. Oh yeah, if you leave me today, girl, I don't die. If you think I'll leave you, God forbid, yeah. If you leave me, then I'll die with you. You do so many things I can't resist, yeah. I go mention your name to the whole wide world. Baby, you would give me joy, I like the way you shake body. I get money, and then you break my ankle. I swear I lie. Say, who do you bet you know go sorry? Forget your worry. I dey come to spend so dash money. Why? Yeah, brother, yeah, brother.
When I was speaking, I said that it is important that whenever we are having events, if our membership is 50 and we are having an event, we should expect at least 100 people, because you have to invite another person to be part of it. Tonight, when I was coming, I invited my niece, Amanda Boache, who is works for the U.S. government. The USAID? Yeah, United States Development Agency, USA. So she came to support us, Amanda Boache and her husband. Then also, when Nana was speaking, he was talking about the establishment of Asante Bank. And this is something that I know within the corridors of Asia. And if such business ideas are to be realized, we need the support of the business community. Tonight also, when I was coming, a friend of mine who is a very astute businessman in Ghana was here visiting, and I asked him to come and join us on this special occasion. This friend of mine is a very successful businessman in the area of energy, petroleum, and real estate in Ghana. And I wanted him to say a word or two to complement the wise counsel by Nana. And this friend of mine is in the person of, is the MD of Chase Petroleum Ghana and also the MD of Gold Key Properties in Ghana, Mr. Bediako. Please, let's go. So Bediako, if you can share some few words with us, I think it will help. Thank you. Please have the mic. And these are the kind of people that we need to support APC, whether in Ghana or in the US. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, this is really putting me on the spot. Yeah, you're right. And I've been sitting here listening to the conversations. I'm not sure if there's anything I can add. But what I think is there's a bit of a missing link between those of you here who are professionals, if I can put it that way, 70% being doctors, and then those of us back home who I'll call us to be the commercial people. So whether you know we like it or not, you know, Ashantis are leading commerce in Ghana. They are the richest people, they are the strongest people, they control business, but they are not always very enlightened in the sense that they can't see into the future. So our businesses don't grow beyond the first generation. But I think that if the professionals can link to the commerce guys, this will help the commerce guys see into the future and probably position themselves appropriately. So if I look into the future, I think that, for example, e-commerce is taking over the world. E-commerce is taking over the world. I think Ashantis are still building stores. We're building things that invite people to come rather than giving them the possibility to do business from home. And it's simply because the link between us and people like you who can educate us to position ourselves probably for the future does not exist. So maybe that's something that I'll beg you to look at as you, because I don't see how people like Peace FM and all of those rich people who have made it through hard work and sweat, rather than through the educational, formal educational sector, would decide that they'll come for this function, simply because they think they wouldn't fit in. But I think it would have been important to have some of them here, so they can understand how you guys also think, and then get the best of both worlds to be able to take us forward. Thank you.
Yeah. One thing that I think is also missing with Ashanti is the education for the next generation. So commerce, which is made up of the rich guys in Kumasi or in Ghana, and then the professionals like you who are here, you are educating your children appropriately. We are not. We think that success is going to be by chance, not by education. And therefore that link, if you can help us bridge it also, it will be very, very interesting for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Francis Asenso and Mr. Bediako, for those wonderful words. Rabinsa, are you ready for a vote of thanks? Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much, Mom. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Minister of State, Honorable Counsel General. Can I have your attention, please? Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Honorable Minister of State, Honorable Counsel General, Nananom, Honorable Clergy, patrons, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege to be asked to give a vote of thanks to this occasion. I, Nana Majabin Sewa, on behalf of APC and the entire team of organizers, wish to extend a very hearty thank you to all for gracing this occasion with your presence and making it a memorable one. We couldn't have done it without your support. Of all the beautiful things one can say to show appreciation, the best one is to say, God bless you. This day is going to go down to the history of Asante. That such an organization has been birthed in the United States of America. You all have been supported in this historic landmark, and your names will be in the chronicles for your children and your generation to be acknowledged. Thank you once again for your presence, your time, and for sharing your input with us. God bless America. God bless Ghana. God bless Asante. Asante and Kwasu. Oh my God, and Kwasu. If you want to be part of us, please contact me. I'm sorry I don't have a card to give right away, but if you want to be part of us, contact me and then I'll keep you posted. Thank you. I'm sorry. No, I don't have my number, but I can get you my number. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
On that note, we would like to thank everyone, Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the executive team of APC, our founding father, our global president, the executives of this club, and the entire membership, we'd like to say thank you. May God bless you for being here tonight and in all your contributions to as well. We pray that God brings all of us to our various destinations, and then we pray that in the future you're going to be joining us wherever we meet again. We'd like to say thank you one more time for joining us here in Greenbelt, Maryland, as we officially inaugurate Asante Professionals Club, APC. Thank you very much for being here tonight. And God bless us all.